Okay, sorry about that abrupt ending. Sorry about that. So like I was saying, it was pretty odd how the first son turned out to be Vegeta, but in the special we found out that he has a younger brother named Tubble. So put those together, you get Vegetubble, and that's just a facepalm pun if I ever heard one. But yeah, so that was just finishing that off tangent. Sorry about that. We're just going back to the Rocket Secret Base to fight Giovanni finally. I totally forgot. Remember, this is pre-recorded, so yeah. Kinda got lost, sorry. This is gonna take on Giovanni. I believe after this we're gonna finally give Kate a chance to grow, which is gonna fight the grass gym for us. Makes sense. That Ember's gonna come in real handy.
This is when having a Charizard finally pays off.
Yeah, about it. But given that being said, it's grass types. Okay, I know some people have their opinion. Granted, varying a little bit on what the worst type is. I'm very certain myself that grass is the worst type. There's just so many weaknesses on its own. Speaking of type oddities, before we get into the fight with Giovanni, I'd like to bring up the fact that the only ghost Pokemon in here are all the subtype poison as well. So for the longest time going into Gen 2, I thought if I saw a ghost Pokemon, hit it with a Psychic move. So anyway, here's Giovanni, the big boss of Team Rocket.
I also like how this fits indoors.
Yeah, that tiny room also. Well, actually, what you don't see is that it is in fact room-sized. It's as big, it's to scale.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, it's kind of funny to mention because when you think about how you store these Pokemon in the games, you are actually making them data. Take that, Digimon. So see, it was Digimon before even Digimon. I'm sorry. I actually don't mind Digimon when it comes down to it, but yeah, it's kind of odd because that's how they transfer them also. And they only do that once or twice in the anime, but that's the anime, so yeah.
We can safely ignore it.
Anyway, Rhyhorn has the unfortunate typing of Rock and Ground, but he's also a physical tank, so yeah. You know, that's actually not too bad damage on a Ninetales, which isn't a physical attacker. One level below Rhyhorn. So yeah, okay, we'll just dig her hole. And then pop right up, and then hurt. It makes sense. The fox digging the hole.
Yeah.
Makes more sense than a living pile of boulders in a certain shape actually making a living rhino, but okay.
Of course, admittedly, since this is based on a Kitsune, it's a bit interesting that it's not psychic.
Well, actually, you know what? They fixed some of this stuff in, this will be a point of fact later when I get HMO2 flying, is that they fixed a lot of stuff because the move pool in Generation 1, when you go back and look when I was picking the Pokemon for this playthrough, it is really shallow. I mean, you get lucky to get off a couple of same type attack moves that not has to be taught via TM. And Psychic is definitely a move that Ninetales finally gets access to, but not until, I want to say Gen 2, but I can't remember off the top of my head, but definitely Gen 3 and beyond. Point is, it takes some time to actually get, like, you know what, this Pokemon probably should have had this move, now that I think about it.
Oh, I mean, the Kitsune are magic. That's their thing, they're magical tricksters. So the closest equivalent we have to that is Psychic. Or I guess...
we have fairies now.
Well, okay, that's a different animal. That's just strange.
Well, anyway, we get the Slip Scope so we can finally complete the mission in Lavender Town, which you actually skipped over. I believe I did mention that maybe in one sentence before we headed out. But okay, so next order of business is to go ahead and take on the Grass Gym.
And no, she hasn't been talking pot.
It's medicinal, I swear. Yeah, very odd place, and you have to wear cut in order to bring it over.
It still confuses me that you can't jump a small bush.
Yeah, go figure.
Also, Gary's already been here.
Yeah, Gary's always one step ahead of you.
You know, something I just realized, didn't, like, Anime Gary have, like, 12 badges or some crazy crap?
Yeah, that is a point of clarity that needs to be brought up, actually, is how many unreal badges he had on in his badge case. He did have, like, he had 10. He had 10 badges when Ash was going to finally fight the Earth Gym. And I actually paused on an old YouTube video, and I looked at some of these badges. They're just non-existent. They don't even bring up later. They don't bring them up as cameos. They're just flat out made up. The only question is, how stupid were you? You only need 8 to qualify.
Well, he went above and beyond. He made 10.
Now, granted, I think one of those was actually the Earth badge. Actually,
He
no,
fought
I take it back.
Giovanni?
He did fight Giovanni. I think he lost miserably because he was fighting a cybernetically armed Mewtwo, and he did get curb stomped.
Wow.
So I'm not surprised.
That's
Ash was
unfortunate.
really lucky because I think right after that, canonically, Mewtwo broke out, and that's when he had to go chase after it, and that's when Jesse and James were left in charge of the gym, and that's when Ash fought them.
Oh.
But it's so pathetic because they had access to, this is a while ago, but I'm pretty sure it was a Nidoking, which Giovanni is known for. He's known for Nidoking and Nidoqueen. A Golem, and I think maybe an Onyx, or probably a Rhydon. And they still lost to... One of them was actually Pikachu. Notice that most
It's
of those
always
Pokemon
Pikachu.
were ground. Well, admittedly, it was still the first gen, so technically Pikachu might be level high 40s? Which is no excuse right about now, because that Pikachu should be freaking level 300
By this point.
by this point.
You know, Ash would probably be a much better trainer if he didn't keep throwing away his good teams.
We are going to be here all day if we divulge into this topic any further. But yeah, again...
These fights are pretty generic. You're fighting weeds and you're burning them to death.
Yeah, pretty much, before Kate gets poisoned again. I'm actually trying to... She's doing an awesome job nailing down all these annoying roots. And just hanging on. Honestly, if I wasn't being... Actually, this is what I wanted to point out. The annoying move that's been going on, a couple people maybe watching are like pointing how stupid this system is Wrap.
Yep.
Wrap is so dumb. As long as they are faster than you, they'll keep damaging you. And poor Kate is over here poisoned. So on top of that, you get poison damage and constrict damage. Now what's so stupid, and they fix this later generations of course, is that the gym is in a dungeon, so I can't dig out of there. So I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So I have no choice but to run back to the Pokemon Center.
It's doomed.
Yep, she just fainted. I'm sorry, Kate, that happens once or twice.
I don't think Rap's ever killed me, but I have had a really extensive battle where Rap just kept happening.
I remember that I was going to pick that up after the gym, but I obviously had to leave. I remember extensively when I was like 12, and back when I held my old Game Boy Color, that I was walled because of that stupid Victory Bell. This is back in Pokemon Blue. It kept using Rap because it was faster than me. I was hoping for it to finally decide to either miss, which, yeah, right, it's the AI, or run out of Pokemon power. But Rap's Pokemon power is like 30 or 40. And when it attacks continuously, it's like Thrash. It doesn't take away from the Pokemon power. Screw that.
Yeah, I didn't have, like I said, this is where Charizard shines. By the time I got here, I had Charizard because I had, like, not used any other Pokemon. I had just used my starter in Red.
That's how speedruns are done of Red and Blue. Is you pick one starter and solo them. It's just the fastest happens to be Blastoise because of well, Ice Beam. You need it for Lance. Lance is easily the hardest boss in Gen 1. Maybe
Yep.
not so in Gen 2. Honestly, I think if you really, it's up in the air between Lance and Red. That's because Red's red.
Well, I think statistically Red wins, but
Yeah, probably.
and they did intend for him to be the hardest battle in the game. I mean, it's technically you,
Yeah, he's this one right here. He's
Yeah.
this red.
but regardless, in Red version, I just used Charizard for like the entire stupid game. And when and it was really, really hard in the beginning.
Well, yeah.
And this is where it started really paying off.
Generally, the starters are easy, medium, hard mode early on. And that's easily Charmander. And honestly, kind of Pikachu in this game because the first gym is Rock.
And the second gym is Misty, who's just evil.
The second gym is Misty, who even though you
weak.
have the advantage of electricity,
Yeah.
that's Starmie, dude.
It's beastly.
It's scary in Gen 1 because of the crit ratio. You think I'm joking, but if it bubble beams you and lowers your speed, yeah.
That thing
Even
is,
though Pikachu is naturally fast.
that thing is a disgusting monster.
It is. But enough about that. We just take care of these last two gym leaders, and poor Ninetales poisons again. You know,
see.
honestly, at this point, I would much rather be poisoned than burnt or paralyzed, if only because I don't want to suffer the paralysis to fall victim to continuous wraps. Because at this point, Ninetales is still faster than any Pokemon, any of these trainers or Erica will throw at me. So I can hope for an Ember to keep wearing him down. I actually think what was funny that we kind of skipped over is how rare an occurrence it actually. But this trainer actually withdrew her Weeping Bell, and there's only 1 or 2 actual NPCs who will actually withdraw their Pokemon, and only 1 other. It's actually a Elite Four member who will withdraw her Pokemon. It's Agatha. She will actually withdraw her Arbok sometimes to throw out one of her Gengars.
Which is wonderful, but she's not that hard. Honestly, the Elite Four, the hardest battles are the first one, Lance, and if you don't expect Gary.
If you don't expect Gary. Okay, so 4th gym fight, Erica. Nothing much to say, honestly. Her yellow
She has
team.
plants.
Her yellow team isn't all that scarier than her red and blue team. The biggest problem is honestly this Tangela. And look at how much, aside from the poison, which is an inconvenience, look at how much Constrict does.
Oh!
Well, 2 damage. It helps that I'm a fire type against a grass type move, so yay for me.
You know, something that really bothered me about this series
Actually,
for a
no,
while.
I take it back. Constrict is a normal move, so that's really weak. I don't know what the heck happened here, because Ninetales is not exactly known for her defense. But damn.
Eh.
So
Oh.
yeah, Weeping Bell just gotta use Wrath.
Something that always bothered me about these games is that you can't refight anyone.
Yeah, they fixed that in the remakes. You go back and fight some people.
Well, the first thing they did to fix it was Gen 2 with the phone numbers.
Yeah. Which, while annoying, it was fine enough to go back and refight people, but honestly, in this game, which is what I'm gonna have to do for the special that I'm gonna do after the LP is done, the initial game, is you have to grind
The Elite Four.
the Elite Four and the Champion.
Yeah.
That's it.
That is so aggravating.
Which is why nowadays, usually with starting with Pokemon Platinum, I would try to pick up. So far, they haven't mixed up this formula too much, except for Black 2 and White 2. Is I would get one of the versions, the 2 versions that come out, and then I get the deluxe version or the 3rd one that would come out. And then what I would do is I would. Because me and my sister had actually access to somebody else in their DS, I would go ahead and I would have fun, go through the game, raise my Pokemon, and then just trade them over to the deluxe version, which would be like my master set. And I'll just keep raising them that way and have fun doing that. That was just me.
I had access to 2 Game Boys for a little while, or Game Boy Colors.
Yeah.
And that's actually how I got my Silver team.
Yeah.
Well, my Silver team was
team's your
amazing.
best. Yeah, you told me they're your best.
I love my Silver team, but my Silver memory chip or whatever it is has long since died, so
Yeah, it died out.
they've been lost to time.
You know, do you have the cartridge?
I think I do.
If you have the cartridge, I think if you tried and you replace the battery, it might work. I don't know.
I don't know. I think I also accidentally corrupted the save file.
And that would be a problem. Sorry, Kate.
I think I corrupted
You know what's weird? She fainted in the same spot.
That's cool. Maybe cool's not the right word.
I know. You get it. That's ironic.
Yeah.
Or something. Anyway, let's see where we are on the video. Where are we? Oh, wonderful. It's not going on track, so... Oh, wait, here we go. Let's see, we're at about 14 minutes? Oh, we got a while. This thing goes on till about just over 22 minutes, so we're good.
Perhaps we should not discuss the length of the video in the video.
It happens. Hey, come on now. Hold on, see. Yeah, I'm just, again, I could have swore, this bugs me. I don't know if I picked it up earlier before I put it on hold, but I can swear, there's stuff down here. Okay, but I just can't be asked to go bothering using that stupid item finder, which is easily, in Gen 1, the most stupidest device to use.
I got that now, I was so excited, and I never really figured out a use for it.
Easily improved upon in later generations. So yeah, we're just making our way back to Lavender Town. We're going to go ahead and take that on. And we're actually going to go ahead and... memory serves right. We're going to pick up our final team member. But first, I need to correct an error. What's this? Oh, never mind. Anyway, I'm looking for the name raider. I totally missed his house. It's the first one I went in. Give me a break. I haven't played. I don't play this normally or regularly that much anymore. At least I haven't gone to the main.
I have
bit.
not played Gen 1 in a very long time now.
So anyway, yes. I'm sorry, Brandon. I'm finally getting to it. I'm just Brandon, not Brandon. Okay, let's fix this up.
Put a J.
Brandon John.
No, really somewhere else. Virginden.
Anyway, so there, that's fixed. Okay, moving on. Now that we have,
Why do I need a guy to change its name?
yeah, it's weird. Oh yay! Look, it's a rival fight. Now, honestly, I could have fought him before, but just I planned it this way on purpose to give Kate and Eric more of experience boost from his lineup. You know what's actually kind of weird is that there's been speculated that the reason he's here is actually because his Raticate died.
It
And I'm not
did.
yeah, it's crazy. Well, and
Maybe it died fighting that damn Mewtwo.
who knows? So yeah, this Fearow, not a problem at all. Actually, this is kind of funny, because what it's going to do here is Mirror Move, which of course mimics my move. And all I can think to myself is, I'll be damned if he's going to get the burn off before I do.
No, with me that would probably happen.
Well, then it's even better that I pre-recorded this. RNG can't get me now.
Just you watch.
Oh. Well, then, trust me, we're going to have plenty of interesting stat face-offs later.
Pretty much my experience with stats and with the status effects in Pokemon is pretty much negative in general because like everything gets me and I don't get anything
Yeah.
except with the guaranteed moves.
Well, I can actually attest a testament to that. Your terrible RNG, because this doesn't just pertain to you in Pokemon either.
No.
Now that Magnemite, oh, if this was Gen 2 and on, that thing would be really weak to ground. Oh, I think it would have. I don't know if it gets Levitate in.
Actually, when it gets fire, does it get weak? I mean, when it gets
Well, it gets
steel.
It gets
does
steel.
get weak
so
to fire?
it's 4 times weak to ground, and it's
2 weak to fire.
2 weak to fire.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think this is the biggest problem I had with you and confusion. Yep.
Yep.
So see, there's 2.
You see, he's kind of existentially confused. He's just not sure why he's a turtle with wings on his ears.
Finally. So what was that? 3 or 4 in a row? Oh my gosh! Really?
You see, this is why I hate this game.
Okay, this is stupid. Supersonic's accuracy is 55. You just won a coin toss 2 times.
Wait,
And I
it's
know that's not
55?
unbelievable. Yes.
Why did it always hit me? Always, without fail. Why did it hit me?
Awesome sound effects. It's you. And maybe that's why I was having a problem, because I named it you.
That's so stupid. It's 55?
Yeah, so true. Yeah.
That's so ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, they might have raised it to 60 at one of the generations, but I'm pretty sure up to date it's 55.
That's so ridiculous.
Oh, no, dude. Hypnosis, which is like maybe 65. Just remember that future. Remember that in the future. Remember that and Poliwag. Remember that. Okay, everybody writing it down? Okay, good. I know I keep saying this, but trust me, this stuff comes up.
Sandshrew.
That
I actually
wasn't-
liked his sprite.
In this one, or?
Yeah, I like this sprite. It's not bad.
Okay, this is the last time he's gonna actually have his Eevee. And then the
It's
next time
so cute.
not excuse my Ninetales. Now,
But it's not going to be its best form ever until Gen 4?
yeah, Gen 4.
Yeah.
He's not talking about Leafeon, that should give you a clue.
I love Glaceon. It's great.
I just get a little confused when I see a male one, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a bit off-putting. But, you know, it's cute anyways. And I kind of forget they have genders because I always put a Ditto in my breeding center anyways.
Yeah, he needs to pay attention to genders anymore.
Ditto. Pokemon's horror. Biology. Damn you. Also, smell you later. What an interesting saying. Or
Okay,
phrase
so
there.
now that that nonsense is done and over with, we're gonna finally work on getting our next and second last team member. Now, what's actually kind of weird that didn't exactly hit home for me until recently is that the fact that these channelers, that NPC up there, now that we have the slip skill, we can fight Ghastlies. But is that when you fight them, they have nothing but Ghastlies and maybe a hunter or two. But some of these Ghastlies and hunters are possessing them. You know, for kids. Oy.
Hey, they are channelers. They're channeling this. Is Ghastly actually a ghost?
Yes. Well, it's
It's
a
Pokemon.
ghost, but apparently it's surrounded by poison and gas, so it's part poison.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like a Pokemon made from the soul of a different Pokemon. It's
Yeah,
like-
this is getting uncomfortable. Let's not crush. Let's just not crush people's perceptions. Okay, it's bad enough we're in a place where Pokemon have died, granted off screen, but still.
No, they're just buried here. They died elsewhere off screen.
Well, I don't know if it's more insulting the fact that they laid out their tombstones in a very convenient maze-like area for a dungeon.
Convenient.
Well, I mean convenient for what purpose it serves. Access
Oh,
maze.
as a dungeon. Okay.
Yes, totally convenient because it annoys me.
What confuses me is how thick these floors must be to be burying Pokemon.
Now, the Pokemon I'm looking for, it should be no wonder. It's a Ghastly. The next Pokemon member is going to end up being a Hunter. Now, my sister loves Ghost type Pokemon, and she's just like really connected to the Ghastly line. So that's going to be who the next one's based off of.
Silver Team, Gengar.
You actually managed to get your Gengar, but we're going to come up on the end here. And I'm glad I remembered that this time. I'm just going to go ahead and get this item and probably fight... Actually, no, I'm going to fight this one Ghastly, and that's going to be it. So go ahead and join us in the next part. That's when we'll definitely be getting the Ghastly. So, we'll be seeing you then. We'll get the Ghastly, we'll finally get to the top and get the Pokeflute and move on with the plot from there.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yes. Let's... Why not? It makes sense. Last time I ended with that. This time I'll end with it.